What a move by Howie Roseman! Whoa! Yo, everybody, how you doing? Don and Dingbats here, bringing you another stinking video full of my idiotic dingbat ideas and views. Yesterday, I was going to release a video. The video didn't get released because of the live stream. So today, I was getting it ready to be released today. And as soon as I started doing it, my phone starts going off. Notifications are going off on my computer, on my phone, you name it, it's going off. And it says, the Cleveland Browns are actively and aggressively trying to trade Joe Haden. Interesting. Then you go to a couple Eagles sites and stuff like that, and it's, should the Eagles acquire Joe Haden? Should they go after Joe Haden? So I figured I would talk about this first before I release my other video, because I have 2 points I want to make. One is the standard if I think they should or they shouldn't, and then another one is looking at just what the Browns are doing from a different perspective. So, should the Eagles get Joe Haden? Now, a lot of you probably think Philly 500 talked about getting Joe Haden earlier in the summer. He's openly talked about going out and acquiring Shady McCoy. Joe Haden is probably cheap because of the $10 million or over $10 million in cap he would be. But I see the Joe Haden situation and going after a guy like Shady McCoy as two different things. Two totally different things. And I'm going to explain that to you. I would not actively go out and try to get Joe Haden right now. Now, if they call me up and offer something so dirt cheap that I can't say no, is one thing. But I would not actively pursue him. And here's the reason. I believe, with all my heart, that the Philadelphia Eagles' cornerback situation long-term is fixed. I believe with Sidney Jones and with trading for Ronald Darby, the Eagles have addressed the cornerback situation long-term. Once they got Ronald Darby, I didn't need to go out and get Joe Haden. And if you bring Joe Haden in this year, it's really only for this year to help. And what's going to happen is guys like Jalen Mills, guys like Rasul Douglas, they will get less playing time. And them having a chance to learn and go through the ups and the downs of this season, they're going to have to delay that into the future. And to me, I think because we have the position locked down and on lockdown, let those young guys play and let them learn. We have Sidney Jones, who is hurt, maybe won't play this year, maybe he will, but as a whole, the cornerback situation 2, 3, 4 years down the road is set. It's set. So there's no reason to bring in Joe Haden unless you're bringing Joe Haden in for 1 year. And I don't see the point in that. So that's why I wouldn't go out and get Joe Haden. And this is different than Shady McCoy, because Shady McCoy would play a position that you're not set for the future. That not only are you not set, but you have no idea who's going to be the guy in the future. You have no idea when you're going to get the guy. Some people say, oh, in 2018 draft, the Eagles can go out and they can draft a running back in the first round. Well, I just have a hard time believing that the draft so far away can work out perfectly the way you want it. I don't see that happening. So what Shady McCoy would do is he would give you 2 years of flexibility that if you don't get your running back in the first round next year, you have another year when you have all your draft picks back to get a running back then. If you get a running back in the draft, fine, you get one. If you don't, you don't. The pressure is off. But that position is not solved at all. Joe Haden coming here and playing with the Eagles would be playing with players who are the future, who are the long-term players. Let those guys play. The cornerback position is set. The running back position is not. That's the difference between getting Joe Haden and getting Shady McCoy. Okay? So I would not actively go after Joe Haden at this point. I would let my young guys play. I would let them learn, let them make mistakes, let them have success. And that's how I would do it, because next year, when you have Sidney Jones back and they have experience, they're only going to be that much better. in 2 years from now, they're only going to be that much better. Running back situation, we have no idea who's going to be the future at running back. LeGarrette Blount is a Band-Aid. Wendell Smallwood, to me, is unproven. He's only had 4 carries. He's been hurt a lot. I can't count on him. Having Shady would have given you 2 years of flexibility in your roster, so you don't have to reach on a running back in the first round if it's not the best player available. 2 different things, okay? 2 different things. The Shady thing people don't understand is actually for the future. It's for a couple years down the road. Joe Haden would be only really for 1 year. So I'm not for bringing Joe Haden in. Now here's the other aspect of this that I want to look at. The Cleveland Browns are trying to trade him. They're trying to trade Osweiler. They're trying to get rid of guys with salary, right? Why are they doing this? It's not just because they want to save money, but they're trying to get in a position to get a future franchise quarterback. They don't know that Kaiser is the future quarterback. They want to get a high pick. That's what their priority is. They're not going to be Sam Hinkie and tell you, hey, we want to go out and tank so we get a high pick. They'll never say it, so they call it a salary cap. Only Hinkie was honest about it, and he paid the price. So Cleveland is trying to tank. Now, at the same time today, think about this. The same time today, the Jets are now reporting they're actively and aggressively trying to trade Matt Forte for salary cap reasons. The Jets are trying to tank too. They're trying to all position themselves to get a high pick for a possible franchise quarterback. Now, why is this important? This is important because with Cleveland doing it and the Jets doing it, Buffalo is going to have to do this too. You see, they're all competing for that pick. They're all competing for a quarterback of the future. So now, when you see the Browns do this, and you see the Jets doing it, believe me, it's going to affect the Buffalo Bills to the point where they're going to have to actively and aggressively trade Shady McCoy. So Shady going is going to happen. This gives me hope. All of this going on gives me hope that the opportunity for the Eagles to get somebody will happen. I believe the Eagles are getting ready to make some more trades. I don't think we're at the end of it. Now, the whole thing with Dornbos last night, I wasn't sad that they traded Dornbos after 13. That didn't bother me. What I was interested in with Dornbos was the fact that they saved $1 million in the cap, because I believe there's another shoe to drop. I don't know what that shoe is, but that was the only reason and the only thing about the Dornbos trade that I really cared about. That was it. But with Cleveland actively trying to tank, now look how the Jets are trying to shop Forte. These teams are trying to position themselves in for a quarterback. And the Buffalo Bills are going to do the same thing, and opportunities are going to present themselves to the Eagles. Will they take advantage of it? I don't know. We will see. But it's very interesting what's going on in the NFL and around the NFL. Keep your eye out, and we'll see what happens. Now, Joe Haden, good player. I don't need him. I have him set with my young guys at corner. I will let them play and learn. Shady McCoy, if he becomes available, which I believe he will, I go after him and try to get him. Because at running back, I am not set for the future, and I don't know when I'm going to get my franchise running back. With that, I will have to work on my other video and release it later. In the meantime, you take care. I'll talk to you later. And don't be a dingbat.